You've been told discipline is everything. Wake up at 5 a.m., cold showers, no excuses, grind until you collapse. But here's what they never told you. The most disciplined people are often the easiest to control. Because discipline without strategy is just predictable suffering. And predictability? That's how they trap you. Think about it. Every self-help guru preaches the same formula. Same routine, same rules, same cage. They've turned you into a machine so reliable, so rigid, that anyone who understands the game can play you like a violin. Your discipline has become your weakness. Your consistency has become your chain. But first, you need to understand why this matters. You see that person at work who seems to break all the rules yet keeps getting promoted? While you're grinding away, perfectly disciplined, perfectly invisible? They understand something you don't. Machiavelli knew it 5 centuries ago. Appearing virtuous is more important than being virtuous. And your discipline? It's made you so virtuous you've become irrelevant. Here's where it gets dark. The world doesn't reward the hardest worker. It rewards the most strategic player. Your boss doesn't care that you arrive first and leave last. They care about perception, impact, the ability to make them look good. Your discipline has made you dependable, which in the language of power means replaceable. I'll explain that in a moment, but there's something else. You've been playing chess while everyone else is playing poker. In chess, discipline wins. Perfect moves, perfect strategy. But life isn't chess. Life is poker, where the best hand doesn't always win, where reading people matters more than following rules, where sometimes you need to bluff, to bend, to break your own patterns. Remember when you were told that consistency is key? That wasn't wrong, it was incomplete. Consistency without flexibility is brittleness. A tree that never bends is the first to break in a storm. Your discipline has made you rigid in a world that rewards fluidity. What I'm about to tell you might make you angry. Those lazy people you judge, the ones who seem to coast through life, some of them are playing a different game entirely. They've learned what Machiavelli called the economy of effort, knowing when to strike and when to wait, when to appear weak and when to show strength. Your constant discipline broadcasts your every move. Their strategic laziness, that's camouflage. But here's what nobody tells you. Discipline is still important. This isn't about abandoning structure. It's about understanding its limits. The fox knows when to be disciplined and when to be cunning. The lion knows when to roar and when to stay silent. You've been all lion, no fox. All force, no finesse. Hold that thought, because what comes next changes everything. Jung called it the shadow, the parts of yourself you've repressed in your quest for perfect discipline. Your spontaneity, your chaos, your unpredictability. These aren't weaknesses to overcome, they're weapons you've locked away. Every time you force yourself into that rigid routine, you're feeding a shadow that grows hungrier, angrier, more destructive. The real question isn't why, it's who benefits. Who benefits from your predictable discipline? Your employer who knows exactly what to expect. Your competitors who can plan around your routine. The system that needs reliable cogs, not unpredictable players. They've sold you discipline as freedom while using it to cage you. You don't flinch, you don't explain, you disappear. That's real power, the ability to be unpredictable, unknowable, uncontrollable. But your discipline has made you an open book, page after page of the same story, the same patterns, the same weaknesses disguised as strengths. This connects to something darker. Remember that person who betrayed you? The one who knew exactly when you'd be vulnerable? They could predict you because your discipline made you a creature of habit. In nature, creatures of habit become prey. The hawk knows exactly when the mouse will emerge. Your routine has become your hunting season. It's okay to be afraid of being seen. That fear kept our ancestors alive. But somewhere along the way, you confused visibility with virtue, consistency with character. You've been performing discipline like a circus act, hoping someone would notice, validate, promote. But power doesn't announce itself. Power moves in shadows. That's only half the story. The other half? Machiavelli understood that the appearance of discipline could be more powerful than discipline itself. Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day, not from discipline, but to create an image. The routine became the brand. The discipline became the myth. He was playing chess while you thought he was just getting dressed. There's one thing Machiavelli never told you. He never told you because he assumed you'd figure it out. That rules are for the ruled. That discipline is beautiful when chosen, poisonous when imposed. That the moment your discipline becomes dogma, you've already lost. The powerful make rules. They don't follow them blindly. Your boundaries aren't mean. They keep you sovereign. But what boundaries have you set around your discipline? None. You've let it consume everything, justify everything, excuse everything. I can't. I have to wake up early. I can't. It's not in my routine. You've become a slave to the very thing meant to free you. Before I reveal this, you need to understand something. Power isn't loud. It's the person everyone watches when no one's looking. Your loud discipline, your visible grinding, your constant hustling, it's noise, static. The truly powerful move like water, taking the shape of their container when needed, breaking through when necessary. They told you shrinking was noble. It wasn't. They told you discipline meant suffering. It doesn't. They told you consistency meant never changing. It couldn't. Every lie wrapped in just enough truth to make you swallow it whole. This feels dangerous because they benefit from your powerlessness. Every motivational post about waking up earlier, grinding harder, being more disciplined, ask yourself, who profits from your exhaustion? Who gains from your predictability? The economy of ambition runs on the fuel of your burnout. You remove the mask, only to realize sometimes the mask is the power. Your disciplined persona, is it really you? Or is it a character you've played so long you've forgotten the actor beneath? Machiavelli knew that we all wear masks. The question is, are you choosing yours, or has it been chosen for you? Jung called it the persona, the mask you wear to be accepted. Your discipline has become your persona, your identity, your prison. But beneath that mask, your true self is suffocating. The shadow grows, the pressure builds. Until one day, but here's where most people get it wrong. They think breaking free means abandoning all discipline, all structure, all routine. That's not freedom, that's chaos. The answer isn't to become the opposite of what you were. It's to become complete, to integrate the fox with the lion, the discipline with the strategy, the structure with the flow. Remember this feeling. You'll need it for what I'm about to show you. The most powerful people in the world have routines, but they're not slaves to them. They break them strategically. They disappear when unexpected. They emerge when advantageous. Their discipline serves them. They don't serve it. You're not becoming evil. You're just done being prey. There's a difference between being good and being weak, between being kind and being used, between being disciplined and being controlled. Machiavelli wasn't teaching cruelty. He was teaching clarity. Kindness without boundaries is just another word for prey. Your disciplined availability, your consistent reliability, your predictable presence. These aren't virtues in the game of power. They're vulnerabilities dressed up as strengths. The nice guy doesn't finish last because he's weak. He loses because he doesn't understand the game. Your discipline has made you the ultimate nice guy. Always there, always ready, always exploitable. But what if you became strategically unavailable? What if your discipline included the discipline to say no? They smile at you, but their eyes are calculating. Every time you proudly announce your routine, your habits, your unbreakable discipline, you're handing them a manual on how to use you, how to predict you, how to control you. It's not manipulation if you're protecting yourself from users. This is what they don't want you to understand, that your rigid discipline makes you a target for those who've mastered flexibility. They bend, you break. They adapt, you persist. They win, you wonder why. Stop explaining yourself to people who benefit from misunderstanding you. Your need to justify your discipline, to prove your worth through suffering, to showcase your grinding, it's feeding the very system that keeps you small. Power doesn't explain, power demonstrates. You have the right to disappoint people who want you small. Your discipline has become a performance for an audience that profits from your exhaustion. What if you stopped performing? What if your discipline became invisible, strategic, selective? The truth is worse than you think, because the trap isn't just discipline. It's the identity you've built around it. You're not just afraid to break your routine, you're afraid of who you'd be without it. The workaholic, the grinder, the disciplined one. These labels have become your cage, and you're the one holding the key. This is the shadow Jung warned about. the repressed parts of your psyche that grow stronger in darkness. Every spontaneous impulse you've killed, every moment of joy you've sacrificed, every human connection you've missed for the sake of discipline, they're all there, waiting, growing, festering. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. The game was always there. The manipulation, the control, the way discipline was weaponized against you. Not to make you powerful, but to make you predictable. Not to free you, but to contain you. Who benefits from you staying small? Really think about it. Every time someone praises your discipline while promoting someone less consistent, every time your reliability is rewarded with more work instead of more power, every time your predictability is used against you, who benefits? What if love wasn't enough? What if respect mattered more? Machiavelli knew this truth, that being loved without being respected is the beginning of contempt. Your disciplined people-pleasing, your consistent availability, your reliable nature, they've made you loved but not feared. And in the arithmetic of power, that equation always equals zero. What would happen if you stopped being nice? If your discipline included the discipline to be strategic, to be calculating, to be unpredictable when it serves you? The world wouldn't end, but your world might begin. Being too nice is how you disappear, slowly and with applause. They'll praise your discipline while using it against you. They'll celebrate your consistency while planning around it. They'll love your reliability while never respecting your power. Try this tomorrow and watch what happens. Break your routine in one small way. Arrive late to something unimportant. Skip a ritual that serves no one but the image you're maintaining. Watch how people react. Watch who gets uncomfortable. Those are the ones who benefit from your cage. You can be good without being weak. You can be disciplined without being rigid. You can be consistent without being predictable. But first, you have to see the game. First, you have to understand that your greatest strength has become your greatest weakness. Schopenhauer saw it clearly, that our desires enslave us. Your desire to be seen as disciplined, to be praised for your consistency, to be validated for your suffering. These desires have turned your discipline into a prison. You're not disciplined. You're addicted to the identity of being disciplined. They've been using you all along. Every productivity guru, every hustle culture prophet, every discipline evangelist, they needed you to believe that suffering equals success, that grinding equals growth, that discipline equals destiny. Because your predictable discipline makes their unpredictable power possible. Better to be respected than liked. This is the Machiavellian truth your discipline has helped you avoid. You've been so focused on being good, on being consistent, on being disciplined, that you've forgotten to be strategic. And in the game of life, strategy beats discipline every time. Show strength when it counts. Not in your daily grinding, not in your visible suffering, not in your predictable patterns. Show strength in your boundaries, in your strategic thinking, in your ability to break your own rules when the game demands it. Use absence as power. Your constant presence, your disciplined availability, your reliable nature, they've made you furniture in other people's lives. What if you became strategically absent? What if your discipline included the discipline to disappear? The game was always there. Now you can choose how to play. You can keep being the disciplined soldier in someone else's army, or you can become the strategic general of your own life. You can keep following rules that serve others, or you can start making rules that serve you. But if Machiavelli showed you the game, Jung will show you why you're playing it. And that's even darker, because the real prison isn't your discipline. It's the unconscious patterns that created it. The childhood wounds that made you believe suffering equals love. The shadow self that you've been running from with every 5 a.m. alarm. You thought discipline would save you, but it just made you a more efficient prisoner, a more productive slave, a more predictable prey. The fox knows when to hunt and when to hide. The lion knows when to roar and when to rest. But you've been all hunt, no hide, all roar, no rest, all discipline, no strategy. The powerful make rules, they don't follow them blindly. Your discipline has blinded you to this truth. You've been so focused on following the rules perfectly that you never asked who made them, or why, or whether they serve you at all. If this hit you, comment, "I see the game now." Because seeing is the first step, understanding is the second. But playing, that requires something your discipline never taught you. The courage to be unpredictable, the wisdom to be strategic, the power to choose when to be disciplined and when to be free. Where have you been too nice for your own good? Where has your discipline become your weakness? What mask are you finally ready to take off? The game continues. But now at least, you know you're playing.